We continue now with our class of 2017 inductees. I mentioned earlier tonight that when you have the opportunity to attend something like this, it gives you a new perspective after you see so many things. It also gives you an opportunity to learn more about people who are oh so worthy. Our first inductee played football at the University of Colorado. And I must say, although I absolutely know the name John Wooten, who went on to play 9 years with the Cleveland Browns and beyond, was an All-Pro several times, was a two-time All-American at the University of Colorado. In just getting ready for tonight, this gave me an opportunity to drill down a bit on everything John Wooten has accomplished. And it has been an absolutely amazing career and body of work that he's been able to put together. He has absolutely lived a life worth living. Let's take a look.
Had John Wooten never played a meaningful down for the CU Buffalo football team, his place in school history would always carry weight. He was one of the first two black players to play for the Buffs when he came to Boulder in 1956. There were barriers to cross both in Colorado and out on the road as America's civil rights battle continued. Once on the field, he was a force for the Buffs, driving holes for Dal Ward's high-powered single-wing attack and becoming an All-American in his senior season.
It's the handoff to Mayer, the beast. Fullback. He takes it over for a Colorado touchdown.
The NFL noticed, and he was drafted by the Cleveland Browns in 1959. It was there that he became an NFL champion, an All-Pro, while blocking for eventual Pro Football Hall of Famers Leroy Kelly, Bobby Mitchell, and the great Jim Brown over his career in Cleveland. Already honored by CU and the College Football Hall of Fame, tonight we welcome John Wooten as well into the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening to everyone. Many years ago, a great baseball player named Lou Gehrig said that he was the luckiest man in the world. Tonight, I can stand before you and say that I am the most blessed man in the world. "62 years ago, young black boy out of Carlsbad, New Mexico, boarded a Greyhound bus headed for Boulder, Colorado. The main purpose of my going to school was to make a better living in life for my family. As the film showed, we were living in a time of great racial strife. But I can tell you, as I stand here tonight, that we at the University of Colorado never backed down from that kind of strife. We had situations, thank you. We had situations in Kansas State, Utah, and when we went to the Orange Bowl against Clemson in 1957. But Dale Ward, K.O. Lamb, Dean Carlson, they never backed away. I can hear Coach Ward saying now that if John and Frank can't stay here at the hotel in Miami Beach, we're going back to Boulder. At the Salt Lake City, Utah, at the Utah their hotel, when they wanted to say that Frank and I would have to room together, Coach Ward said again, Johnny is a guard. He will room with Bob Salerno. Frank Clark is a wide receiver. He will room with Otis Rhodes, or we will go on back to Boulder. That is the kind of thing that gives you the impetus to make you stand up for what you know is right. I shudder to think if they had said to us, well, you know, the time we're living in, let's just, you guys stay at Boulder. We won't take you. I wonder how I would have responded to that. But the fact that it happened the way it did and was spoken the way it spoke to, I knew that I was at the right place. We were very fortunate there at the University of Colorado. As sophomores, freshmen weren't eligible then. As sophomores, Boyd Dollar, Eddie Dove, all of us young guys, Bob Stransky, John Bayou, Wally Murs, we were able to win the Orange Bowl in '57. In my junior year, I was able to make all Big 7. Oklahoma State was not in the Big 8 then, which bothers me the other night when Oklahoma State beat us in the Alamo Bowl. But we won't talk to Coach McIntyre about that yet. But the thing that we saw, I played 18 years of high school, college, pro football. And I never had a minority on my sideline. Fortunate, I got the opportunity after playing in the league to go with the Dallas Cowboys. And we were able, thank God again, for Tex Ram, Coach Tom Landry, Gil Brandt, for teaching me and showing me how to build a ball club, and consequently giving me the ability to know how to go about doing it, to the point of being able to make the trades that we made with the Herschel Walker deal that gave us great players from the Minnesota trade, to be able to make the trade with Pittsburgh Steelers that gave us Emmitt Smith. That is what we learned from being there working under the three men I mentioned to you earlier. That also gave me the impetus to know that even though I did not want to coach, I knew that there were other minorities that wanted to coach. And so we started what we call the Black Coaches Visitation Program under Pete Rozelle. But we still weren't getting to the point that we knew we needed to get to. And again, being blessed, as I said, we connected with the late Johnny Cochran and Cyrus Mary, who is a labor lawyer out of Washington and who is our legal counsel with the Fritz Pollard Alliance. Let me back up just a little bit. When you hear us talk about Fritz Pollard Alliance, you're hearing us talk about the first black head coach in the National Football League in 1921. I'm going to repeat it so you can write it down. Those that haven't already Googled it. 1921, Fritz Pollard was a head coach at Akron Pros, which was in the National Football League. But you never heard of him before tonight, some of you. But the point is, we knew that that was the route we needed to go. Johnny Cochran and Cyrus Mary had a study done by Janet Warren at the University of Pennsylvania that showed clearly that minority coaches were not getting the opportunity to be head coaches. And we presented that to the National Football League. I told them if they were ready to fight, let's go and present it to the commissioner. The commissioner, instead of saying, well, we're going to take it to litigation and all that, he created the NFL Diversity and Inclusion Program. And he appointed Ambassador Dan Rooney as the chairman. And I said to our guys, we have just won. And of course, the Rooney Rule, which says if there are openings at the head coach, at the general manager, at the football operations, you must interview minorities. And that's all you ever want, is the opportunity to show what you can do. It's not an affirmative action that says if there's so many jobs, then so many have to go to the minority. It's the old way that it should be. Let me put my hand in the ground and fight and see who's the better man for the job. And that's what we've been able to do. And because of that rule, tonight, and I guess the Denver Broncos will be drafting here soon, but you have a black coach, Vance Joseph, who is a young man that, and we have two things in common, right? Where's he from? What? Okay. Just want to say, make sure we all know where he's from. And therefore, we expect him to bring this ball club back. I want to make sure Vaughn understands that he got a job to do here now. DeMarcus Ware is sitting at home counting his money there in Dallas. He just re-upped with Dallas for 1 day so he could, quote, retire as a cowboy bond. So you got to reach and get it. But the thing that we're saying to you is this. This is where I say I've been blessed. Because of the way things happen, the opening of doors and people working together and respecting each other and caring about it. This football game that we play is a great game. It teaches you how to work together. It teaches you to give, to make the runners got to run the ball, yes, but the blockers have to block so that they can run the ball, so that they can protect, so that the quarterbacks can throw it. All of this is a part of working together, and it's what we want to be about. I said I've been blessed. Went to Cleveland in 1959, and certainly we weren't making the kind of money that these guys make today, even close. But because I had a degree from the University of Colorado, I taught in the off-season. And again, being blessed, the young lady that sits back there at table 42, Nita, again, that's being blessed. The young man sitting there at the table, my nephew, there were 6 of us in our family. I'm the youngest of the 6. His mother was what we call a real big sister. She took care of us. My mom was a domestic. If you saw the movie Help, you saw that's what my mom did. So my sister Ada had to run the show. And did she ever run it? The other thing, the other guys that are sitting at that table with us are the children of Terry and Mickey Haley. 2 of our best friends that we've ever had. They're both gone on to rest, but we honor and respect the relationship that we had. But again, as I open, I said I've been blessed. I hope you've heard the things that make me feel that way. And I'll leave you with one thought. Respect each other. Respect yourself. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Thank you.